Hello and welcome to Lurchers. Today we're going to talk to you about lurchers in the snow. It's January here and we are in the southwest of England, so a lot of people have been having an awful lot of snow. We haven't had any snow at all, which I guess is quite fortunate or unfortunate, so I can't really tell you about Floki's reaction, but I do have some videos that have been sent to me by other people of their lurchers in the snow. One of the first things we need to remember about lurchers in the cold weather is you do need to keep them warm. They're not like most dogs in that their parent, you've got one parent which is a sight hound, so you've got a skinny dog. They don't have that protective layer of fat that most dogs will have, like your Labrador or your Rottweiler. They don't have any chunk to protect themselves. Also, they don't have the undercoat that you might expect. And another thing to bear in mind is that dogs don't really have a winter as such. Most dogs are kept inside and they've got the central heating on, and so they don't really get a thick coat. So even if you've got a rough-haired coat like Floki, you can see it's not very thick. It's really very thin. Underneath here, it's just skin. So they do need some protection. Saying that, if you've got a dog who hates going out with a coat on, who just tries to rip it off and has a horrible time, try not to worry too much. If you're going out and you can be off lead, you can let your dog run around and have the zoomies, I wouldn't worry too much about a coat if it's going to cause a huge issue. Another thing I'd say is if you're putting your dog in the garden and it hates the cold and it won't have the coat on, if it's running around and zooming about, which you can probably expect from a lurcher in the snow, they will go crazy for it, then I wouldn't worry for things like that. If, however, you're going for a long walk downtown and you're going to be quite a slow pace, you do need a coat on, otherwise it's just not fair to your little friend. I'll show you a couple of coats that I've got that we have for Floki, and I'll grab them now. So I've got her coats out, she's getting a bit excited thinking she's going for a walk. First one that we've got, one that my mum made, is knitted, it's bendy, it's good for if you're letting them off, running around and having the zoomies in a field or something. This is perfect. Obviously it's going to get wet and damp, so it's not going to protect her in any way for that sort of thing, but as a good bendy coat, that's perfect. This again, one that my mum has made for her. You can get hand knitted ones on, Etsy and stuff like that though. I think they're only about 20 quid. This one is a double lined one. This is one that I got for the snow. So this one might be handy for those of you who've got dogs who don't like wearing a coat, because it doesn't really have to go on in the annoying way of another one. You just wrap it around your dog and then put it on underneath. So I'll show you how to do all of these in a second. And then I've got one that I made. Again, quite easy in that it just goes over the head and then Velcro. You can get all different kinds of coats. So if you do have a dog that doesn't like being fiddled with when you're getting ready to go out, I mean, as you can see, they do get really excited when they think they're going for a walk, so it can be a right pain trying to get a coat on them. But those are the different kinds of coats, so I'll try those on right now. Floki! Good girl. Ready? Good girl. Well done. Coat number one, looking cool. So that's nice and easy, perfect for dogs that don't really like coats. Easy off. There we go, stop. So coat number two, again this is quite easy. This is one that my mum made. So I've tried to focus on things I can get on her quite quickly. There we go. Oh, lost you. Let me just do it like that. Do the buttons up there. Do it up like that, easy peasy, and you do look rather affection. And again, pretty much the same with these ones. You can get lovely waterproof coats and you can get all different designs and stuff like that. You can get long ones which will cover their legs, and you can also get little lurcher booties for whippets and stuff for any kind of dog breed really. You can get lovely snow boots. Right, that brings me on to my next subject. The only thing you really need to worry about if you're out in the snow with your dog is, if you live in a built-up area like I do, we live in town, is the gritters. They'll leave salty grit down on the floor and they can irritate your dog's pads. So when you come back from your walk, all you need to do is just give them a little bit of a swish around. You can buy, and they look a bit weird, you can buy things which you put your dog's paw in and clean it that way, but what all we do is use something like this, fill it with lukewarm water, not hot water, not cold water, leave it on your doorstep. When you come home, give your dog a bit of a swish around. So in conclusion, if you're going out in the snow with your dog, try and get a coat on her. Remember that by the time your dog is shivering, it's already got too cold. Don't let that be your guiding point. Get a coat on them, try and keep them warm, and keep their pads nice and clean and away from the salty grit. So thank you for watching our latest episode of Lurchers. We hope you have a really good time in the snow, and we will catch you on our next video.